All right, we've got the Metal Tech scaffold bench system here. This is the 6-foot Baker, actually 3-use. It's a scaffold, a miter saw stand, and a storage rack. I know that because I'm reading it right here on the box. Let's put it together. I've got some other Metal Tech goodies over here. I've got the guardrail system, so when I get this thing 2 scaffolds high, which I'm going to have to do on other parts of the house, I won't fall off. And I've got the outriggers with casters, which makes it so the scaffolding, once you get it more than 1 level high, won't tip over. Spending a lot of money on this stuff. This is going to be an expensive project, but still not nearly as expensive as if I would have hired somebody to do it. And I'll learn some things. And putting this together is not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I've already done one of these. Really, all you need is a utility knife to help get the box open. This is a little more pricey than some of your other scaffolding systems, but I think it's also a little more stable, and you can use it for a miter saw stand and all that other stuff afterward. I'm kind of worn out today. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I don't feel like I'm in the greatest frame of mind to be doing stuff like this, but gotta do what you gotta do. This is so easy that I don't know that there's any way I can mess it up. These are the casters. Just set those off to the side here. This is the system to hold the scaffold up against something to make it more stable. I keep needing this utility knife. If only they made some kind of a little belt or something that you could wear around your waist that you could put things like this in. Maybe someday. More casters. All right, these are for the miter saw stand. I'm going to put these off to the side here. This is the top, or the standing surface. On this side is where you would stand on it if you're using it as a scaffold. And on the other side is where you would use it if you were using it as a miter saw stand. You know when you're not on top of your game and you start getting too many things in your hands and then your mind starts not feeling super sharp? These are for the miter saw stand, so I'll put those off to the side. These are the pieces of the shelving. It's not one shelf. There's a level in the scaffold that is a shelf, and these things all go together. It's real easy, but I'm going to put those off to the side because that's going to be one of the last things I do. I knew this was not good. Put these off to the side. All right, now we're going to take these casters and we're going to put them on each side of the scaffold here. All you need is to slide it in. This part comes off. You put it through, put this back on, and you're done. So that's how that works. There's one. Two. It'd be hard to get that wrong. If you put it in there wrong, you won't see a way to get this pin in the hole. So, real easy. I guess these are called retaining pins. Not sure. You don't have to know the name of them though. You just have to get the pin in there and put this thing over the other side, and you're good. That's how easy it is. All right, now I'm going to flip these over, and I'm going to put the brakes on the casters. As you start putting this together, you really get a feel for how well it's made and even how easy it goes together. You can tell there's a lot of thought that was put into this. What I'm going to do now is attach these sides, which look like this, to the ends here. And it's real easy to do. Those pins will lock into those holes there once I put them in. All right. already in. I'm going to lay this back. Time to put the top on. You got to make sure these things here are out of the way, these retaining things. And go like that so it hangs on to the stand here and doesn't let it fall out. If we start moving this thing, it's in there solid now, right? It won't come out. There's one on each side here. I'm going to go ahead and put one of these retaining pin clips on each of these legs. And that's just to make sure the leg is connected right here, but to make sure that bottom part doesn't splay out there. So I'm going to leave this part at about that level because I think it'll put me right at the right height to work up in this area when I'm doing the fascias and soffits on this first floor. So I'll leave that there, but I am going to go ahead and put the bench, the storage rack together underneath. So I'll show you how I do that. All right, so that's what these pieces are for. They come apart, or they hinge open like this. Once they're extended all the way, it'll be pretty apparent how they're going to go on here. If you see that little part right there, that part will sit over the bottom here. And you put one of these on each side. And that's when you start putting these guys on here to build out your storage shelf here. Hopefully you can see that. There's that. And there's this side. You start with this side first. Put the next one right there next to that. I can just turn this a little bit to get it in there. This is not the kind of a shelf that's going to hold 500 pounds or anything. I'm sure there's a limit to it. But it'll work for a shelf to put some tools and things that you're using when you're out here working on a project. I'm sure it'll be good for that. Nice. I like it. Hopefully you like this video. A little quick and dirty putting this scaffold together. The instructions are good. So go ahead and follow the instructions. It doesn't take long at all. You can have this thing put together in 20 to 30 minutes, I would say. So I'm going to start using this, so I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about it. So far I like it. I've got my miter saw connected to my other one. I'll give you a little peek at that here. But I think this is going to work well. I'll use them when I get to the higher parts of the house stacked on top of one another, and that's when I'll use that cage up at the top to make sure I don't fall off, and those extenders, whatever, the outriggers. I'm trying to look at the boxes over here so I say the right words, but you saw it earlier. I'll put those on. I've also got leveling feet that I have ordered, and I'm going to be using instead of these casters when I get out in the yard. Those leveling feet are going to make sure that the scaffolds are level so that when I get up on the second level, it's not prone to tip over. So I will show you those when I get those in too. Got a ton of stuff crammed in the workshop right now, which is why you haven't seen any videos in a while. And I've got these kind of, whatever you call these, in there. I'm so worn out, these words are not coming to me. Your board would rest on this side, and over on this side too, to support it so you can get a good cut here. So I have yet to use this one yet. This is a brand new sliding compound miter saw. I sprung for the good one this time, so hopefully this is going to work well. I'll be using it a lot with this project, so looking forward to it. Thanks for watching today.